All right, how you doing? How you doing, John?
Do you have any updates on Ryan Jensen with his injury?
Not at this time. We're still waiting for Tess to come back.
First day of padded practices?
I'm sorry, let me hear you.
Thoughts on the first day of padded practices? How it went?
The mental approach was there. I thought we got a little tired in the middle as expected with the pads on in this heat, but, irons sharpen irons, and I think it was a lot of good give and take.
The offense looked like they were having a tough start today. What are your biggest takeaways so far?
Oh, mentally, I thought they were fine. I don't think they had a tough start. I think we were working on some things and trying some different things with the install. I think they're fine. I thought they picked it up pretty good, and I didn't think they had a bad practice at all.
A couple of deep balls today. Can you appreciate the catch on those, or do you still just see your defense giving them a flat?
I can appreciate the catch, but I can also appreciate the sacks that y'all don't see.
First look at Robert Hainsey, Nick Lorette, and Patrick against some of the ones and twos. What were your thoughts on them today?
I mean, he was fine. He practiced against them all last year. He's not going to get any better work than Vita and Hicks. So, he might face a quicker guy, but he won't face a stronger guy. So he's getting good reps right now. We'll have him ready.
Todd, speaking of Vita today, can you comment on his practice today? He was really turning it up there at the end.
He's a strong man. I mean, once you get in pads, the bigger guys start to show up on both sides of the football, and we know Vita's one of our biggest, and, he plays good football.
What can you say about the play of Scotty Miller? I know he was a little slow to get up after he had that deep catch against those two defenders. Is he okay?
As far as I know, he's fine. It was a good catch. It was a good drill. Just got to keep moving forward.
What's the key for him to kind of get back on track? I know he was injured all last year, but to kind of regain that 2020 form that he had.
Well, staying healthy is the main thing. We go 2 or 3 weeks and he has a freak injury that's kind of holding him back some, but he's healthy right now. He's stronger. He looks fast. Again, it's the first day of pads. It's a war of attrition going through preseason, so we'll just take it day by day, try to keep him fresh.
Coach, it looked like Tyler Johnson had a pretty solid day out there. What was your biggest takeaway from watching him?
I can't tell you I watched him exclusively, so I got to see the film on him. I just know he's in very good shape and he's been doing all the right things.
How did he handle having to play after that injury, and what does he look like this season so far?
He was banged up all last year, so he didn't have his health or his speed at that time. He came into camp in excellent shape. His offseason was good, and he's moving around very well right now. We're pleased where he is. We just got to keep him fresh.
Look at the rookies on the line with Gedeke and Hall. What did you see from them today?
Just learning the system and getting acclimated with pads on to how things work as opposed to out of pads, and adjusting the blocks on both sides of the ball, and just look forward to them getting better. They understand it mentally. Just working with the guys they have to work with and getting on the same page, that's the biggest thing for those two guys.
Staying in the rookies, what have you seen from Zion McCollum?
We're putting a lot in right now, so obviously he's going to have to be learning for the next 2 weeks, but his athleticism, his speed, and his intelligence is there. It's just him getting used to the system.
I know you were impressed with Devin Tompkins before the pads came on, and you singled him out after minicamp. I know it's only been 1 day, but what are your observations of him?
It's only been 1 day.
Long way to go, I'm sure.
It's only been 1 day.
Some good situations.
I know. Believe it or not, guys, I can't singly watch every single player and tell you they had a good day.
You told us you see everything.
I do see everything, but that means I have 22 eyes, and then I'll be lying to you, commenting on every player that I said did good and didn't do good. But I understand, Jen. I really do.
Continuity.
Good comeback, though.
Continuity's been a big factor in the O-line's emergence as one of the best units in this league. You're not going to have that right now in the interior. What's your concern level about communication, being ready for week 1?
It's not a concern right now. Again, we drafted Hainsey in the 3rd round last year. He took a ton of reps throughout the season. He's taken a ton of reps with the offensive line other than Shaq Mason, but the chemistry comes through preseason. Better it happen now than week 6 or 7 when he gets 2 days of practice and you worry about him going into a game. He's got 2 weeks of practice. He's got 3 preseason games. He's going up against Vita and Hicks every day with Nacho and Will. He's going to be more than ready if it comes to that when the season starts.
2 new guards also.
2 new guards also. Shaq has been here throughout the spring, so he's acclimated already, and we're still working through the guard thing. But, we got guys that can play. The cupboard's not bare. They just need experience.
Players have talked about, and even last year, Tom is like an extra coach out there on the field. And you watch him after each play, he kind of gets with the receivers and kind of goes over things. How big of a value is that to have that knowledge and kind of tweaking things throughout practice?
Oh, it's extremely important, not just Tom, but we got experienced receivers. They can come back and tell Tom some things about what they see and how to adjust some routes, and they get on the same page and they can make some things happen that way. So having him plus the overall experience of Gage, Julio, Mike, and Chris obviously is going to be getting on the same page is going to work wonders for us.
Coach, have you always been a music guy at practice?
No, I've had music before. We'll work out some kind of deal. We'll see where it goes. Not many. Probably one in particular. There you go, Donovan.
I'm like, it's got to be Donnie.
Donovan. We'll see what he has to offer up, and we'll kind of go from there.
Tom's got his big 45th coming up this week. Anything special planned for him?
As long as we keep him upright and he's walking, it's a great birthday. What do you give the guy that has everything, right?
Talk a little bit about the new helmet covers, the protection on the helmet.
Well, it seems like practice is a little bit quieter because you don't hear it popping. You're not supposed to hit with your head anyway, at least not the crown of your head. It's not a big deal. It's on the top. It doesn't affect the play. Maybe it's a little heavier or a little hotter as you go out there as a player, but, it's good for the safety of the game. Whatever we try to do to make it safe, we try to go from there.
Thoughts on the military being honored here today? What does that mean for the team?
I mean, it means a lot. It makes everything get put in perspective. What they do and what we do is like child's play. I mean, we're having fun and we're coaching, and they're out protecting the country and taking bullets. So to have them come out and get a day off, if we can provide some entertainment, when we try and make sure we do that.
Is Tom going to get a day off for his birthday?
Everything's negotiable, but we'll see. We haven't given anybody else their day off on a birthday. If it falls on that day, so be it.
I think Bruce did last year, but I know you've got new rules,
Well, there you go. So be it. So be it.
What kind of camp and spring has Keyshawn Vaughn had, and what do you see him play?
He's in great shape. The running backs, it's just going to be a matter of practice and preseason games. We know he knows what he's doing. We know he knows how to play. It's going to be great competition back there. We feel like we got a bunch of guys back there that can run the football, so he'll get his shot in preseason as well as the other guys. And it's, like I said, we got a lot of talent at a lot of positions, so it's going to be some tough decisions.
After watching the tape from last week, what's the biggest thing you want to see once you transition to the Pats this week?
Just continue to play smarter football. Our situations are what's going to win or lose games for us. We got to continue to play smarter football. I know we're physical. I know we're talented. But playing smart football is what wins games for you.
You mentioned smart football, and we give you opportunities sometimes to single players out. Who has impressed you from an intelligence standpoint?
I mean, we got a lot of smart football players. I can't say one guy has single-handedly and intelligently stood out for me. It's just a situation. It involves different guys all the time. And I'm not saying we have a lot of smart football players. It's just about getting all the smart football players on the same page at the same time. 2-minute, red zone, backed up, third and short. Every situation requires some thinking.
White, a rookie running back in this league, what's the biggest transition? Is it pass protection? He can run routes. What for him is the biggest?
It's probably blitz pickup. They don't really do that a lot in college where they get the ball out so quick or you're the featured running back. So he's willing. That's the biggest thing. It's just a matter of getting down the schematics of it and understanding his technique. Thanks, guys. What the hell is Nelson?